So, as a lot of you guys are aware, we are coming up on one of the best months for content for any content creator by far, and I am no different. We are going to have an absolutely amazing time during Game Month, the likes of which we haven't seen in quite a while. But why am I talking about this? Well, there is a new article out from Outkick that says the Dodgers bend the knee to weirdo drag nun community heroes who like sucking on ball gags, beer runs, and desecrating Catholicism. Well, if I wasn't demonetized in this video, I sure am now. So make sure to try to support me by giving this video a like so you could push us out into the YouTube algorithm and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. Now, I remember this story. I remember this story originally when it first came out, and they had actually denied this group access to what they wanted to do. But apparently, the Dodgers has bent the knee to the backlash that this apparently unknown group up until this point decided to conjure up, and now they bent the knee and they're going to allow them to do the absolute disgusting shit that they want to do simply because they want to be deemed as progressive. So let's get into this article, guys, from Outkick. It says, "What are we doing in this country? Seriously." I asked the same thing, I think, in every single video we put out because I really don't know. It says, "I'm not going to sit here and write a bunch of big words about what's going on in the Los Angeles where the Dodgers in June will honor a group of twisted weirdos who enjoy sucking on ball gags to mock Christmas and have zero shame in their apparent hatred towards organized religion, specifically the Catholic Church." It is interesting to me that a lot of LGBTQ gatherings and groups are also against religion. I do know some gay people who are heavily religious, and that's cool, but coming from someone who's not heavily religious himself, I find it interesting that they make it their mission to completely try to destroy any form of organized religion in some of these gatherings that they do. It's really weird and it seems honestly very obsessive. But again, you can only comment on what you see, right? It says the Los Angeles chapter of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence is a group. How is that even I don't even know, man. How is that a group? Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, you sound stupid, is a group that barely had a presence before it was announced that the group would be awarded a Community Hero Award during a June 16th Pride Night game at Dodger Stadium. How can they get a Community Hero Award and be an unknown group at the same time prior to this award? How does that even work? Like, this is just literally virtue signaling for the most basic form of virtue signaling there is. I mean, have you seen some of these people in this group? I got pictures that I can show you. I think that are in this article, but if they're not, I'll find them. I got pictures I can show you that show you just exactly how deranged and how disgusting this group actually is. But let's continue. So it says a search of the Los Angeles Times online story archive doesn't reveal a single mention of the sisters before the recent controversy where the Dodgers rescinded an invitation to the group after Catholics and Florida Senator Marco Rubio raised concerns over their inclusion on Pride Night to pick up the Hero Award. So again, guys, they originally had an invite and then they rescinded that invite. They decided to say, you know what, after the backlash from Catholics and Florida Senator, that it's not in the best interest to continue with the invite for this Hero Award. And then they ended up bending the knee after enough backlash happened from the other side and said, you know what, we're going to let it continue because we can't handle the backlash and stick by our convictions. This is something that happens all the time. This is the reason why Bud Light is in the situation that it's in right now, because they tried to virtue signal to one side and then lost the other side. So then they decided to say, oh God, we made a mistake. Let's virtue signal to the other side now, but it's too late. And now both sides hate you because you wishy-washy. You get what I'm saying? So if you're going to say something and if you're going to do something, you need to stand by your convictions. You need to, not to say that you can't grow and maybe realize, hey, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you learned something you didn't know prior. That's fine. Obviously, you have the ability to learn and grow as a person or as an organization, but this is not what this is. This is literally, hey, we virtue signal to one side, that another side got mad. Now we're trying to rescind and say, you know what, let's let them have their way. And then another side gets mad, and now everybody's mad, and nobody wants to deal with you. It's another Bud Light situation. It says, after the LGBTQ++ minus maniacs went nuts over the Dodgers' decision, it was announced this week that the Dodgers had re-invited the sisters to get their Hero Award after all, because of course they did. They can't handle the backlash. You know, it's hilarious to me, man. The Twitter backlash is quite funny to witness, and honestly, both sides have backlash, right? You have the right side of things that is mad at certain things. You have the left side of things that are mad at certain things. So everybody's mad at something. When honestly, everybody should just be focused on having a good time, buying products that are meant for you, reaching out to your consumer base and understanding what they are, not this virtue signaling nonsense that we get all year round that happens to ramp up surprisingly around gay month, one of the most highest virtue signal months of the year. I would even suffice to say that gay month is essentially higher than BLM month at this point. I would say I think definitely the virtue signaling is much higher during gay month than it is Black History Month. And the funny thing is, Black History Month should be an important month, but unfortunately, a lot of companies have destroyed what it means for Black History Month because they're too busy virtue signaling to absolute nonsense. And it's the same thing with Pride Month. Pride Month, what started off as something good. Oh, hey, let's be proud to be LGBTQ, whatever. Now it's just become this whole virtue signaling nonsense where everybody's treating it like Rainbow Black Friday and nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. It's just stupid. It says the Dodgers decided it would be easier to do business if they bent the knee to a group of lunatic tranny nuns. That sounds like something Ryan would say. Lunatic tranny nuns. I got to give him this article. Who mock and clearly hate Catholicism. Stop and think about the discussion in the Dodgers boardroom. The team decided it would rather side with these sick bastards rather than the Latinos, who in 2020 were said to be returning to Catholicism in droves, according to the LA Times. Well, simply put, a lot of Latinos are actually pretty conservative, or at least conservatively minded. You know what I mean? Not to say that they may be hardcore conservative all the way to the right, so to speak, but they are mainly conservative. A lot of Latinos, there's not too many liberal Latinos, and the ones that are use the term Latinx, which automatically disqualifies them from being Latino anyway. So look at these pictures, guys. Look at these pictures. This is the group that they invited to the Dodgers game. Okay, this says Dodgers game all over it clearly, right? This is who they want to virtue signal to. This is who they want to pander to. This is who they are afraid of backlash from. It is just absolutely insanity. It says that's where we stand in this country. The Dodgers chose lunatics sucking on ball gags while mocking Christmas over families who come to the ballpark to watch games, buy jerseys, eat hot dogs, get autographs, and keep the tradition of baseball alive. And that's absolutely true. This statement right here, this paragraph is absolutely true. These corporations, these companies, these whatever you want to call them, they virtue signal to people that will never spend money in their ballparks, will never spend money on their product, will never support them financially in almost any way. They rather virtue signal to those people instead of virtue signaling to the people who have been with them since the beginning, who have spent money on their products, or in this situation has visited their ballpark to support the games. They rather virtue signal to those people, not the people who've been with them forever since the beginning. No. We already got those people. Let's go for the psychopaths doing this shit. It says the Los Angeles tranny nuns barely even promote themselves as community heroes, yet they're being called heroes by the Dodgers. An analysis of social media content output before the uproar of the past 10 days shows that the Los Angeles Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence hasn't exactly been some prolific fundraising arm of the LGBTQ++ minus community as the mainstream media is claiming. They're a charity group, CNN tells us. Yeah, and did CNN bother doing any analysis of the Los Angeles group that's being congratulated with a Community Hero Award? As of May 23rd, the LA Sisters Facebook page hadn't been updated since December when members slipped into red dresses for some benefit. It's unclear who or what was benefiting from the red dress party. Before that, the group promoted a beer bus where members raised money for their vegan farm. The post got 26 likes on Facebook. 26 likes on Facebook. I get 26 likes on a video in like 3 minutes. Just so you're aware. And I'm nobody. So imagine that they're trying to call these people heroes. A well-known charity group. Heroes. Really. They're trying to say that. They're not, all right? They found their way to virtue signal to a particular group by using this smaller group to do it. And they're probably very cheap to utilize. So I guarantee you that's probably the reason why they decided to do it. But it's very clear that these are not any kind of well-known groups or anything like that. I think the CNN clearly doesn't bother to want to research that. It says in October, the sisters promoted voting in elections by jumping into their drag nun costumes to tell membership to get out and vote. The post got 5 likes. 5 likes. In September, the group reminded its members that it was looking for contestants for a Mr. Sister Leather 2023 contest. Over on Instagram, the group had a big laugh in January when it posted about the Feast of the Ass. Oh my God, bro. This group is terrible. Why are we virtue signaling to people like this? I don't even want to continue. It's not even worth continuing. This group is obviously just absolute trash. And the only one who's more trash than this group is the group that's pandering to this group. And that's the Dodgers. So the Dodgers, if you are a Dodgers fan, I unfortunately have to give you this bad news that your team is definitely down with this sauce. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.